Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we're going to be doing the final part to What If Goku Could Manipulate Time. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe. It's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jet. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
For now, Whis doesn't look into Goku's time manipulation. If he doesn't cause much change to the main timeline and doesn't create many other ones, it isn't too bad. The good thing about his abilities is that they aren't things like going back or forward in time. He just manipulates the flow of it, not jumping between different points in that flow. That makes it harder for his powers to be an issue, which saves him for now. Soon both Goku and Vegeta are training under the Angel, growing much stronger. Sorbet revives Frieza as usual and brings his forces to Earth to take down those there. Frieza isn't surprised when his forces are almost completely wiped out by the fighters there though. He doesn't have sympathy for those people and sees them merely as tools. As for Goten and Trunks, they will prove to be beyond his expectations. As they face Sasami and Tagoma, they ban forces in the form of the Gotenks fusion. Gotenks is born again and easily wipes out the two fighters. Frieza almost reflexively retreats upon seeing this and is quite surprised. "You're going down too, Frieza," Gotenks claims, entering his Super Saiyan 3 form. Even with this great strength, Frieza frizz nothing. He speeds out his floating pod and attacks Gotenks before he can properly react. He elbows the kid in his head before swinging a kick into his side. Frieza walks the fusion down that is flabbergasted by his power. However, before he can attack them further, Goku appears. He swings his next death beam away and stares him down. Silence befalls the two, but a smirk just appears on Frieza's face. He's here to get revenge for what Goku did to him back on Namek and can't wait to do so now that he's arrived. Entering his final form, Goku sees absolutely no need to use even Super Saiyan. He isn't aware of Frieza's training and so gets surprised to see how fast he approaches. That's all it is though, surprise, no fear, no shock. He simply places a time domain ahead of Frieza, slowing him by 100 times. With him slowed down so much, Goku shoots ahead and kicks the Emperor straight on his chest. He then strikes him in the gut, making him feel like coughing up his insides. Frieza shouts, spinning to swing his tail at him though. Goku had seen this using foresight, so he just falls back just enough to see the tip of his tail whip past his face, then he slams a ki blast into his face. From the following combinations, it's clear that Frieza cannot do much against Goku. He's simply too powerful and witty. Not only is he physically stronger, he has many nifty abilities. Both fighters land and Frieza is almost panting, and Goku's mind and body is calm. He hasn't even resorted to his temporal reloading ability, he's just not been pushed at all. Frieza then shows his new golden state and Goku is impressed, however he simply enters his own new form, Super Saiyan Blue. Goku speed blitzes Frieza and just totally overpowers him. Not only has Frieza not got enough stamina with his form, but he also isn't strong enough to fight Goku in the first place. The Saiyan watches Frieza throw a swift combination of punches with his foresight, then perfectly dodges each attack as they then come. It feels like Frieza is repelling his adversary, he just seems to push away whenever he approaches him. Frieza roars, throwing all of his power into his next punch only to see Goku slip past it and land a good punch of his own. This strike then brings the Emperor to his knees, struggling to get his next breath in. He's been defeated. Goku just looks down on him, disappointed with the envy and evil Frieza embodies. "Wait, let me do this," Vegeta says, landing in front of Goku. Goku is a bit impatient and gets a glimpse of what Vegeta wants to do soon. His face almost sinks when he sees what happens though. Frieza has smartly found his way out of this, destroying the planet when he gets the chance to do so. "Don't give him any time, Vegeta," Goku says with a meaningful voice. Vegeta hears this and is aware of Goku's abilities. He knows exactly what he means by this. Frieza looks hasty and cracks start to appear beneath his hands, but Vegeta gets him out of there before anything happens. Frieza is killed before the planet is destroyed and his plans at revenge are foiled. What is to come next is the Universe 6 saga. Here Goku starts and he finishes. The level of domination that he shows is unparalleled, truly peerless in the heat of battle. Whenever somebody tries to play aggressive, Goku places his time domain to stop them. Before they throw attacks, Goku can see hits coming and therefore evade them with perfection. That's the best word to describe his style, perfect. When Zamasu watches these fights on GodTube, he knows exactly what he is going to do. Future Trunks is facing Goku Black and simply doesn't know what to do. Goku Black can't perform all of Goku's techniques, but he always resorts to his retroactive healing and time slowing. Those are the more rudimentary techniques that he can use, which makes him practically unbeatable. During this time, Goku is training with Whis and trying to detach his mind from his body's movement to harness Ultra Instinct. In this time though, the world around him breaks down and memories flood his mind. His foresight takes over him yet again and he sees the world in flames. Every Kai is dead and gone, along with Beerus. With a figure clad in dark, bloodied clothing attacking someone that looks like future Trunks. Goku's head jerks back in reality, but his body is almost totally frozen. Whis looks a little concerned for him, but Vegeta knows what is going on. He's seeing visions. Yet again, he struggles to discern what he's seeing here. Is this something that has happened? Is it happening now? Will it happen in the future? Unlike the other memories that seem hazy and broken apart, his mind is almost like a camera watching this fight continue. He can hear their thudding strikes and shouts almost clearly. He mindlessly lifts his hand and ahead of him a portal opens. Future Trunks comes flying out of it, and as Goku Black tries to fly into it, the portal shuts. On Beerus' planet, a gravely injured version of Trunks goes sliding across the grass. Whis approaches the boy, healing him with his staff. However, as he raises, he sees Goku and goes in to attack him. Goku Black, he shouts, trying to swing at him, but Goku tries to slow time. What he notices is something weird. He doesn't just slow time, he stops it. Everyone around him becomes solid and Goku can step to the side to let Trunks fly straight past him. Before the future warrior can attack again, he starts to understand the situation more. In his battle that he's just had, he was running on nothing but adrenaline. Even though his body is now healed, he is panting as if he's exhausted. The panting here is from sheer fear, not tiredness. This is when Trunks finally starts to calm down. Oh yes, he says, before he falls on his back, exhausted. He then talks to the group about what is happening in the future. Goku's body has been taken and somebody else is using it for tyranny and torment. Goku is appalled to hear this and wants to make sure this person is taken down. Even if he wants to just fight strong people, he knows what his powers could be used for. Even Vegeta knows what his powers could be used for. When he hears this person with Goku's body, he almost feels fear. I mean, Vegeta has fought Goku time and time again. He knows exactly how hard it is for him to come up against his time tricks. This could be really bad. Both fighters end up in the future and Vegeta wants to get a taste of this fighter first. Even if Vegeta must accept that he is second place, he hates that. This fuels his every training session and his work ethic is insane. Vegeta powers up into Super Saiyan and shoots straight at Goku Black. Before he can get trapped by a time domain, he swings to his side then begins flying around his enemy erratically. This fight I can't really understand why he's doing this, then takes a walloping punch to the jaw. Vegeta follows up with a setup jab to then swing in a kick to the side of his body. Upon landing these strikes, Vegeta almost lifts an eyebrow. He doesn't get how he can just land whatever hit he wants. When he fights Goku, he's a tricky fighter that requires all of his muscle power but also his brain power too. He can't just do what he wants to do at any given moment. Goku will find a way to take advantage of his weaknesses if he doesn't think hard, but here nothing like that happens. He's not even slowing time really. When he does, he's not doing it to as great a level as Goku. That's when it comes to him. He has Goku's body, but why would he have all of Goku's abilities? He clearly doesn't. I see what you've done. You may think you have that power in that body, but you are no Saiyan. You are no Kakarot, Vegeta shouts, powering up into his Super Saiyan God form. He then rattles Goku Black with a single punch and swivels around to kick at his jaw. His raw power is just too much for Goku Black to handle. The arrogant fighter also doesn't want to accept this truth, but that doesn't matter. Truth proves itself. Vegeta throws numerous slow thudding punches until Goku Black is left on his knees and on the ground. He coughs out blood and Vegeta lands a punch to his abdomen to drop him. You're no Saiyan, you're no god, Vegeta declares. Seeing him in this state, Goku Black looks up and smiles, feeling his body revert to a previous state where it had no injuries whatsoever. The only issue here is that there is no Zenkai. There isn't an immediate boost to his power here, he's just back to his previous level. Goku Black goes in to try and attack Vegeta again, but the prince elbows him onto the ground. Stomping on his chest, he shoots him further into the ground and makes him cough blood. He then proceeds to repeatedly kick his chest until he isn't really moving. Before he could even get up and face Vegeta, he is done. There isn't any more movement and Vegeta finishes off with a single blast to destroy him. As for Zamasu, Goku must resort to calling up his special friend Zeno to get rid of him. After this, Goku and Vegeta just return to the past, but this time Zeno wants Goku to come with him. He's confused but comes along. Arriving at his palace, all the angels are present along with Beerus. Goku in his usual naive and childish fashion just acts calm and happily, but Whis' face is deadly still. Goku, I've called you here to discuss your crimes against the laws that govern the multiverse, Zeno explains, trying to say so in a calm way. Crimes? Goku asks, totally confused. Here the Grand Priest chimes in. Well, part of the law states that you cannot tamper with time and create new timelines. The inherent abilities that you seem to possess can do this and have done this before. You are here to discuss the punishments that should be given to you for your crimes, the Grand Priest explains. Further, I believe that Goku should be exempt from any serious punishment since he was unaware of this code. Additionally, the changes caused to timelines through his own doings are very minimal compared to other culprits like the Zamasu of our universe that Zeno destroyed, Whis explains. We've heard your point of view, Whis, the Grand Priest says in a rather dismissive tone. He is aware of the relationship between mentor and trainee, Whis and Goku. Therefore, he believes this explanation is riddled with bias. The law applies to any individual that breaks such code. Why should Goku receive special treatment? Whis, you've been associated with this fighter for a long time, I presume. Even if we look past the crimes committed before he met you, you had ample time to inform the mortal and sort this situation out, Cognac of Universe 4 claims. Whis has no retort to this statement since it's true. It's clear that the atmosphere in the throne room shifts toward Goku being prosecuted. Some angels vouch for Goku while others seem a little more hostile toward him. However, luckily Zeno decides. It's clear that Goku didn't intend on tampering with time and committing any crimes. The damage has been done and I'm sure that he's learned his lesson. I wouldn't let anything come of this now, Zeno orders. The room falls silent upon hearing this final statement. There is nothing they can do to challenge the paramount word of Zeno. The decision has been made. The angels are free to leave and Beerus takes a big gasp of air from relief. Right after though, Zeno wants to try his hand at a cool tournament to let the different warriors face each other from the various universes. This is the Tournament of Power. Therefore, they head back to the universe to form their squad. Vegeta, knowing Metamorian fusion, wants to get Goten and Trunks to enter as their signature fusion Gotenks. They agree and are happy to do so, but he knows they'll need some training beforehand. As for Gohan, he's up for the job too. Piccolo is up to fight as well, with some of the humans also eager to fight for their universe. Those that are ready to go are Krillin, Tien and Master Roshi, just like before. Goten and Trunks must fuse to become Gotenks, eliminating Android 18 from the options. They do some training with the fusion coming up against Goku and Vegeta. Even when they use just their base forms, they can keep Gotenks at bay rather easily. However, the good thing with Gohan and Gotenks is that they grow rather quickly as they train. The fighters enter the tournament and it's initially a landslide for Universe 7. Goku and even the humans can hold their own against the weaker foes at hand. However, some of the stronger opponents is where many of the Universe 7 fighters run into challenges. Gotenks in Super Saiyan stands before Dispo with an arrogant smirk. "You're going down," he shouts, putting his thumb down before running straight at him. This is when the fusion gets to witness the true speed of Dispo firsthand. Dispo swiftly steps past the initial punch and continues in this manner with the subsequent strikes that Gotenks attempts to dish out. Dispo leaps right over an incoming kick to try and drive down his foot with a stomp-like strike onto Gotenks. At the last second though, the fusion leaps out the way to watch this Pride Trooper completely shatter the ground that he lands on. Gotenks sees this and knows to enter Super Saiyan 3 right away. Even with this 8 times multiplier though, Dispo is just too strong. Gotenks begins using his special Ghost Kamikaze attack and the several ghost-like beings shoot toward Dispo. Dispo punches the first and feels the explosion erupt on his fist. All that he feels is a light tickle and chuckles upon feeling this too. As for the other ghosts, they can all do little to no harm to Dispo, even when they catch him by surprise. After this, Gotenks is almost shocked. He was not expecting this rabbit-like guy to be this strong. Resorting to another one of his nifty techniques, he tries to trap Dispo in a golden ring. It falls over his head, then tightens to bring his arms tightly onto his torso. However, all it takes is a light push for Dispo to literally just break the ring entirely. Right after doing this, Dispo shows off his true speed and grabs Gotenks before he can react. Rushing him straight to the ring's edge, a powerful push is all it takes to eliminate him. Gotenks arrives in the stands furious at being defeated so easily. They defuse soon after and Trunks is particularly sulky after the loss. After this though, Dispo is encountered by Vegeta. Dispo's confident after his easy win over Gotenks and is fearless when facing these Universe 7 warriors. From what he has seen so far, there will be no sweat to defeat. He shows off his speed with a quick assault and Vegeta is taken off guard. He catches a neat punch straight to his jaw and ends up coughing out spit and blood before wiping his cheek. After this, he crouches down and begins shouting. His hair flows down and lengthens and he ascends into Super Saiyan 3. Dispo's supreme speed is immediately eclipsed by Vegeta's and he is left bemused. His previous aplomb attitude is gone and he swiftly goes on the defensive. Even as he backs up, Vegeta closes the distance and throws a sweeping uppercut followed by a kick to his gut as he descends. Dispo is left to fly straight across the tournament ring, even throwing someone out of bounds in the process. Vegeta chases right after him, kicking him in the face to throw him out of bounds. Good riddance, Vegeta says to himself, before swiftly moving on to other targets. Here he meets Toppo. Vegeta then tries to fight him and finds that Super Saiyan 3 isn't going to cut it. Fighting a god of destruction in training is going to require a lot more effort than that. Therefore he pushes further and begins using Super Saiyan God. He finds this to be more than enough. Landing the first hit in this form, Toppo acts as if he's just ruptured an organ. Each time Vegeta lands a punch or a kick, whatever it is, he can tell that he deals significant damage. Toppo struggles to take this. He takes pride in his power and his achievements. To be humiliated like this isn't something that he can take lightly. His eyes look bloodshot and he roars in an attempt to invigorate himself with rage. Lifting his arms above his head, he throws them down with all his weight behind them, but Vegeta nimbly steps forward, kicking Toppo in his abdomen to throw him out the ring. Goku, more interested in Jiren's power, places him in a time domain, slowing time by 200 times. It requires quite a lot of effort, but he's willing to do this to try and trap him. Jiren sees Goku coming in and tries to block his incoming shot, but then feels his body almost being trapped. He can move much faster than he is right now, but he wasn't expecting that much effort to result in him being as slow as he is. Goku runs in at high speed to cleanly hit Jiren in his jaw. His knuckles crash straight into the coarse bone, but Jiren doesn't look too bothered. The domain around him fades, then he tries to swing at Goku's head. However, before he can, he slows down time by tens of times and steps back to evade the hit. Jiren is just a bit confused because his estimations were totally off. Firstly, his body just felt way heavier than it usually is, and now this guy that he is fighting just suddenly got way faster out of nowhere. Instead of trying to hold back so much, Jiren wants to finish this fight off basically. He grabs Goku's loose gi, pulling him into his advancing fist. Taking that impactful shot, Goku reloads his body and feels the pain in his nose fade right away. The blood on his skin also fades, since that is still considered a part of his body that he'd saved. The phenomenon is a little confusing for Jiren to look at, and he's just further puzzled by the whole altercation at hand here. This is when Goku begins taking things up a notch. He begins his power up, focusing his ki until his silver aura collapses, being superseded by a fiery red one. His eyes and hair follow this same hue, with his eyes flashing a wave of green before returning to red. In Super Saiyan God, he rams his fist straight into Jiren's gut, leaving him to slide back across the ring. He then follows with many more thudding punches that each deal substantial damage. Jiren, left hurt and near the ring's edge, loses his cool. He lets out a vehement shout and his shirt rips off from the level of power that he outputs. His eyes are now laser focused on Goku after that humiliating assault. The Grey Fighter wants to show not even a shred of weakness. Utter strength means more than anything to him. He should never be overpowered. Encapsulated by his new orange aura, he rushes straight back toward his adversary, holding back nothing. Goku, using foresight, sees Jiren beginning with a jab, then a right hook, followed by an arching kick with his left leg. Keeping that in mind, he performs perfect counters to each of these incoming attacks, moving as fluid as liquid. Those watching from around are simultaneously awestruck and frightened. If there's a fighter of this caliber in Universe 7's roster, how could any other universe beat them? Since Jiren continues throwing from almost a single position, Goku catches him in a time domain. With this split second, Goku crouches down and places so much force through his legs that the ground literally breaks apart from the jump. He punches Jiren straight off the ring, and the remaining fighters still left to face them are soon eliminated. Goku brings glory to the universe, and with their wish, he wishes to bring the other universes back. Following this fight, Vegeta unlocks a special power. After training and becoming much stronger, he started showing great progress with Beerus and unlocks the power of Ultra Ego. This is when Frieza, after being granted life from the Tournament of Power, finds Broly and takes him under his wing. Soon he takes the Saiyan to Earth, and Vegeta is the first person up to face him. Vegeta can easily handle Broly's assault. He's trained with Goku for so long that he is used to fighting someone that knows what he is going to do beforehand. Fighting someone like that means he needs to think outside the box to land hits at all times. Seeing someone approach him in such an orthodox way makes the fight very chill. What he is surprised about though is how fast that this fighter grows. Soon enough, he is forced into his Super Saiyan form and finds that the gap between him and Broly swiftly closes even after that. Soon enough, he reaches far further and enters his Super Saiyan God form, really pummeling Broly. Before he can even grow to match his strength, Goku feels like he's had enough and chooses to step in and face him. With his power of foresight and the ability to stop time, he is almost unhittable. Whenever Broly just about catches him, he can stop time to evade any attack nearing him. With the power of God Ki, he has also learned to use the God Hold. This holding technique keeps Broly in place, and he then uses the time domain to keep him in place yet again. However, trying to stop him just makes him grow even faster. Broly's ceiling is non-existent, he just continues to grow and grow without end. Soon he breaks through the domain and even the God Hold too. As he tries to attack Goku though, he can easily evade his combination of attacks. Broly then gets planted, shooting out his mouth blast that flies straight at Goku. Goku easily saw this coming using his foresight and flies up to evade. After using his time manipulation so many times in this sequence of attacks, he has to use his Senzu Bean to make sure that his stamina is restored. Seconds later, the Senzu Bean is manifested in his hand once again. Frieza's getting impatient though, he doesn't want to just see Broly lose and embarrass him. Goku takes a punch from Broly, catching it. The force behind the punch is still so high that the ground beneath cracks under the force. However, Goku looks to Frieza and with his foresight sees him kill Paragus. Stopping time, he lands in front of Frieza in a flash and used quite a bit of energy to make sure that he arrived here in time. Frieza, lifting his two fingers to try and shoot Paragus, is frozen in place as Goku stares him down with his fiery red eyes. Wait, don't you dare, Frieza. I can see what you do before you do it and I don't see anything good coming from you, Goku says, catching his hand. If this is what you came here to do, I'm not amused. I think it's best that you leave, Goku almost commands. Frieza is frozen from fear in this moment. Along with that, he is facing someone that is just stronger than him. If he was to try and resist him, he could end up dying, therefore he's had his time here. He runs away with his tail between his legs, but for now he has something on his mind. He won't be left fearful and terrified like that again. When he comes back, he's going to make sure that the Saints kneel before him. Just like usual, Goku is just in a meditative state on the lush grass of Beerus' planet when he feels the growing looming darkness of a being. He can't quite figure out an image, but the best way to describe it is that it's almost just a loose collection of abstract concepts and ideas. Focusing more greatly, he calmly enters Super Saiyan God to further his manipulation abilities. There he can see Moro and Namek absorbing energy and cackling with his arms raised up regally. This is when he snaps out of it and raises. Both Vegeta and Goku go to Earth, and the latter can't even hold back his alarm. Meris arrives shortly after and the two aren't hostile to him this time. They follow him to talk about Moro and hopefully defeat him. Upon arriving, Goku can feel the big sense of darkness within the man's soul. He seems almost like a demonic being, overwhelmed by pure evil. Vegeta begins throwing a massive rock at Moro. He clenches his fist and the explosion wildly detonates in his face, throwing him back. Vegeta then shoots at him like an arrow, entering Super Saiyan in the process to strengthen his punch. However, even the old and frail Moro takes the shot rather easily. Even after taking this easy shot, it becomes clear who the stronger fighter is. Moro can't do a thing to properly hurt Vegeta, and soon Vegeta ups the gears to Ultra Ego. In such a form, Moro is not a threat whatsoever. Even with his great magic, he is no match for Vegeta and he gets the cue from Goku. The Force Seer catches sight of Moro taking their ki away, rendering them basically useless in the resistance against him. So, with a sufficiently powerful energy wave, Moro is swiftly defeated. Following this, the Granolah arc comes along. The Heaters come to talk to Goku and Vegeta, talking about this mysterious fellow named Granolah. When Goku thinks about him, he can't see much at first. However, it's when they finally go to face him when the memories come flooding in. Goku even has to grab his head, feeling slight pain from the influx of information that his brain is being bombarded with. He sees Granolah as a child and sees somebody similar to himself. That's when it clicks. The scar. It's his father. This person fights another person that looks like the people that informed him of Granolah. This memory is detailing the fight between Bardock and Gas. He can then see previous memories of tyrannical Uzaru razing beautiful cities to the ground. That's when it clicks for Goku. This is all a complete misunderstanding. Wait, Goku shouts, stopping Granolah in place. You're not a villain, we aren't either. Look, I'm really sorry for what happened in your past, but I don't want to. Goku is cut off by Granolah punching him so hard that it feels like he could actually die from the punch. After taking this shot, he feels himself back to normal, almost a few seconds in the past. Looking to Vegeta, it's almost as if nothing happened at all. He tries to make Granolah hesitate again, just getting hit with a crazy powerful shot yet again. However, he goes back to the same point a few seconds prior. Both Granolah and Vegeta act as if nothing happened. Goku's time manipulation abilities have expanded yet again, and he's now unlocked the new ability of time reversal. After many attempts, he manages to get Granolah to stop. Wait, my father saved you, saved Manito. He faced the Heaters, Goku shouts. How do you know Manito? Granolah asks, still very hostile. Goku gives his piece, still standing on thin ice, but his voice contains a sliver of exhaustion. This is from him trying so hard to get Granolah to even reach this stage. I know that you want to destroy our Saiyans, but we aren't the same as we were before. We aren't killers like those that came before us. We condemn what they did. We've faced truly evil people in our past, but you're different. I can understand your rage, but we also lost our family too. The Saiyans were destroyed by a very evil person and you're not one of them, Goku furthers. Constantly trying to placate him, he succeeds. Granolah can't believe that he has been manipulated in this way, and the Heaters are all basically terrified. They haven't been given the time to get Gas's wish of becoming the strongest in the universe, so all they can do is flee to make sure that they aren't hurt. This leaves Granolah a free man and the strongest in the universe for now, while somebody appears from out of nowhere, Black Frieza himself. Goku and Vegeta are unaware of his power and get nearly knocked out when he strikes them both when they're in their base forms. Goku ends up reversing time upon taking this shot, alerting Vegeta to his level of power. Both fighters shoot up into their greatest states, with Goku showing off UI Omen for the first time out of training. Frieza goes in to hit them both, but the two Saiyans just about manage to take these shots. Goku knew what attack he'd throw, but is still too slow to dodge the hit perfectly. His fist crashes straight into Goku's forearms and breaks them from the impact. Goku can reload a previous state of his body but is shocked. Who is this guy and what has he done with the real Frieza? Meet Black Frieza, Frieza shouts at the now alerted group. So that will conclude the final part to What If Goku Could Manipulate Time. Please tell me something you liked about this What If or something that I should improve on for the next one. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.